Hey everyone, back with another video, this time talking about the recent CNN exposed videos that have been circling the media under a guy who says he's a part of an initiative called Project Veritas, or PV, which it seems is being linked to conservative news source Breitbart in an attempt to delegitimize CNN as a news source as a whole. Now, I'll certainly be frank here. I think that being too far right and too far left are legitimately bad things for a news source, meaning that CNN is utter shit, but Fox and Breitbart can be utter shit too. Both sometimes have good stories, and sometimes they're just utter garbage. It's the industry of the mainstream media to be garbage after all, but that's just my opinion, of course. Now first, let's see what this quote-unquote PV journalist had to say. First, he talked to a man named John Bonifield, a guy who works for CNN's health section, apparently, but he is also a supervising producer, so he's pretty high up. According to the video evidence, the Trump-Russia connection is created and expounded upon for no reason other than ratings. There are lots of folks in the country who despise the president, and even if CNN has no evidence to support their claims.
Here's the question. And you don't have to provide us with any classified information, Senator. But do you have evidence that there was in fact collusion between Trump associates and Russia during the campaign?
Not at this time.
Well, that's pretty.
The fact that millions of Americans can tune in and see them doubling down on these accusations, well, they're going to go right for it. After this video, I thought that this was perhaps a bit bunk. They never really specified whether it was the Russian hacking or a Trump-Russia connection, for instance. John Bonifield didn't. So I think perhaps it was the editor nitpicking things to make it seem most incriminating. That was, of course, when the next video came out. At first, I was a bit surprised that Van Jones, the man who said Trump's election was a white lash against Obama's America, would straight up admit that the Russian connection was a nothing burger, to use a Hillaryism, but it all came together. They disbelieve it so much that they're willing to tell some random guy that it's nothing too. That's pretty incriminating in my mind. And the fact that Van Jones, a pretty damn big speaker on CNN, talked about it, well, that seems to be the final nail in the coffin. Since then, CNN has been in an uproar. At a time right after they were forced to pull a story on their website about the Trump-Russia connection due to straight falsities about Anthony Scaramucci and his ties to a Russian bank, these new videos come out just further tossing them in the dirt. What a time to be CNN, huh? Hey, sorry to have been gone so long. Honestly, the news wasn't all that exciting to me as of late. I try to make videos when the news is really exciting to me, or perhaps it's just a hobby to me. After making videos every day for a while, I started to think that perhaps I should treat this like a hobby, just a fun hobby, and eventually I think it would be one. And that's the route I'm taking now. Videos will come out on a regular basis when I think the news is most interesting to me, like the British election was really interesting to me, and the Paris Accords really interesting, so I went with that, and I thought I wanted to talk about Steven Crowder. I liked talking about that as political speakers, so I just made videos about that. Videos might come out every day, or perhaps you won't see one for 3 weeks. It all depends, but thank you for watching, and absolutely the more subscribers I get, the more inclined I'll be to make videos, so keep them coming. Thanks.